Nate Gray, I hope you can find the one who loves you very much. May you be happy for the rest of your life.
Ms. Sully, I'm sorry to tell you that you have stage 4 stomach cancer.
How much time do I have left?
At most only 6 months.
Nate, as you wish, I am going to perish.
Ms. Sully, your child has just suffered a shock due to heart pain. He is in critical condition.
Miss, Andy is my only child. Please, please save him. I am begging you.
A compatible heart for your kid was delivered this morning. As long as the payment is made, the surgery can be arranged. Ms. Sully, if you don't have the money, the surgery will be postponed.
Okay, I see. I'll manage to raise the money, as long as you can save him. I'm pleading with you. Andy, don't be afraid. I will find a way to save you. Nate. Andy needs to have surgery. Nate.
Mr. Gray does not allow you in?
Take a look. Take a look.
No entry for Harriet and dogs. How could he treat me like this?
Get out of here.
Wayne, please, let me see Nate. Andy is about to have surgery. I'm begging you, let me see him once.
Mr. Gray hates seeing you. You'd better not annoy him. Guard. Drive her away.
Wayne, please, please, let me see him. Nate, Andy's surgery will cost $1 million. Please save him.
Is that how you ask for help?
As long as you help him, I will do whatever you say.
Anything?
Yes?
I want you to kneel and beg me.
Nate, please help Andy. Please.
You're actually begging me for an illegitimate son. Your son deserves it.
Andy is not an illegitimate son. He is your child. If you don't believe it, you can go for a paternity test.
You think I'll believe you?
What I said is true, Nate.
Back then, when you and Victor Eleanor were lying in bed in disarray, I saw it clearly. Just an illegitimate son. He doesn't deserve to live in this world.
I didn't know why Victor would lie in my bed. When I woke up, he was there. I was set up. Nate. Nate, it hurts.
Really? Can you feel pain? You hired someone to end my life, to save me. Elena gave me a kidney. Where were you back then? Were you having a good time with Victor?
No.
You plotted a car accident that caused my mom to perish tragically. Did you ever think that she would feel pain too?
I didn't, Nate. I didn't do that.
You vicious woman. You and your illegitimate son don't deserve to live. Harriet, you're truly a good woman. If I can marry you, I'll be the luckiest man in the world. I love you 1,000 times over.
I don't deserve to live, but the child is innocent. Please, please save Andy.
You want me to help him? Unless your life ends?
If it happens, will you help Andy?
Yes.
You keep your word.
Madam!
Nate, the child is innocent.
Just an illegitimate son. How could you use your life to threaten me?
He is not an illegitimate son. Andy is your child. I didn't lie to you.
I do not believe a single word you say. Wayne. Harriet has been in prison for 4 years. She's on record. If I find out something is stolen, you're to blame.
Yes, Mr. Gray?
Miss Elena sprained her ankle. Mr. Gray will keep her company?
Elena just twisted her ankle. Andy is lying in the ICU, yet you don't even check up on him. Nate, do you hate me that much?
Elena, are you okay?
Nate, I just had a nightmare. I dreamt Harriet wanted to hurt me. I'm so scared.
Don't be afraid. I'm here.
Why doesn't Dad come to see me? Is it because I dirtied Elena's dress, so Dad doesn't like me anymore?
It's not like that. Andy, you're the best. I like you the most.
Mom, I like you too.
Harriet, I have good news for you. Nate has issued a notice. Now in Cloud City, all the hospitals are forbidden to treat Andy.
I don't believe Nate is so heartless. Elena, did you drive a wedge between me and Nate? Why on earth do you hate me so much?
You married Nate and took away my things. You tell me why.
What's going on? Are you all right?
I'm fine, Nate. Don't blame Harriet. She's emotional because Andy is sick. I understand that.
Nate, you ordered all of the local hospitals not to treat Andy, didn't you? You're taking his life?
He and I are not related.
Harriet, don't blame Nate. Last time, Andy dirtied my dress. Nate was doing it all for me.
No need to explain. Let's go.
My feet hurt.
Ms. Sully, this is the painkiller. This is anti-cancer medication. Your body is very weak. You must rest well. What's more, Andy must be treated as soon as possible.
Okay. I see Dr. Simon. I'll raise money soon. Nate, what are you doing? Let me go.
Elena.
Nate, you're holding me while calling another woman's name. Is this your revenge against me? It hurts. Let go. Nate.
You're not Elena.
Nice try, Nate. Do you hate me that much? To the extent that you don't save your own son?
Don't connect me to an illegitimate son. Since you had an affair with another man, Harriet, you've gotten what you deserve.
Whatever I say, you won't believe it. You don't even give me the chance to explain. 4 years ago, you directly put me in jail. It's been 4 years. I spent 4 years in prison. Isn't that enough?
It's not enough. Given what you've done, should I believe you? My mom perished, and Elena suffered because of you. I must make you suffer. For the rest of your life, you must live with regrets. In your life, you'll never walk away from me. Harriet, I'm sorry.
Do you also think that I plagiarized?
Harriet, how could I ever suspect you? At any time, I always believe in you.
Really?
I swear, if I'm lying to you, I'll stay single forever.
That's more like it. Do you hate me that much?
You deserve it. What's up? Okay, I got it. I'll be right there. What's the matter?
I'm about to perish. Are you happy now?
What is this? Cancer? Harriet, what is this?
My medical examination report? Nate, I don't have much time left. If my life ends, can you take good care of Andy?
For that illegitimate son, you've learned to act, haven't you? Harriet, I originally thought that you were just vain and never changed, but now you're even pretending to have cancer for an illegitimate son. You're playing a cheap trick on me.
A cheap trick? Do you think I'm playing a trick?
I don't believe a single word you say.
Andy is your child. I've never lied to you. If you don't believe it, you can do a paternity test.
Enough. Stop deceiving me. How could I possibly let you bear my child?
Mom, Did you and Dad have a fight?
No, Dad and I didn't fight.
Does Dad not like me anymore? I won't like him either. I only like you.
It's not like that. Dad and I had a little misunderstanding. Once it's cleared up, Dad will still like you.
Mom, it really hurts.
Where does it hurt? Don't scare me. Andy.
I'm so angry. Harriet has left prison for only 3 months. Nate has started to be cold towards me. What on earth is so good about Harriet? Harriet, you're too greedy. I can't let you be Mrs. Gray. Go to hell.
Please save Andy. Please, Andy must be all right. Dr. Simon, how is my child? I am begging you, save my child, please.
Ms. Sully, your son has an arterial injury. He's in critical condition. Immediate blood transfusion is needed.
I'm begging you, save my child, please. I'm begging you.
Ms. Sully, please stay calm. Your son has Rh-negative blood. Currently, the blood bank doesn't have his blood.
Rh-negative blood? I have Rh-negative blood. You can use mine. I have stomach cancer. But after treatment, my blood can be used. Dr. Simon, I'll find a way to raise money. I am begging you. Save my child first, please.
No!
Nate?
Elena needs your blood right now.
Why? Why should I? Give Elena my blood. Andy needs a blood transfusion. I must save him immediately.
If Andy perishes, it will be your retribution. Why did you hit Elena with your car?
I didn't. What are you talking about? I don't understand. Right now, I need to save Andy.
5 years ago, you planned a car accident which ended my mom's life. Today, you repeated your old trick. Harriet, you're so heartless.
I didn't hit her. Nate, Andy is in critical condition. He needs a blood transfusion. I need to save him immediately.
If Andy meets his end, it'll be your fault. Elena must be fine. Otherwise, I have a million ways to torture you.
I have to save Andy. Let go of me.
She has Rh-negative blood. Draw her blood, as much as needed.
Mr. Gray, Ms. Sully has severe anemia. She can't give her blood.
I know her physical condition better than anyone. She's fine. Elena's life matters.
All right. Ms. Sully, are you okay?
I'm fine. Nate, you promised you'd spend the rest of your life with me and nothing could part us. However, the pain that I suffered is all caused by you.
If it's enough, quickly arrange the surgery. If it's not enough, keep doing it.
Ms. Sully.
Mr. Gray, Dr. Simon just called and said Andy was in critical condition.
You take care of it.
Harriet, I heard you passed out during the blood transfusion. I'm grateful to you.
Elena, what did you do to my kid?
Are you talking about Andy? He perished.
What?
You planned a car accident. It made me lose my baby with Nate. Your illegitimate son can't live either.
You had Nate's baby?
To take revenge on you, he asked all the doctors in this city not to treat Andy. Andy's main artery was injured. He urgently needed blood.
I don't believe it. You're talking nonsense. How could you do this to my child?
You've hurt my baby with Nate. Nate won't let you and your illegitimate son off. Don't make it difficult for Nate. Just end yourself.
I don't believe Nate is so heartless.
Hello, Nate. Harriet has woken up, but Harriet doesn't look well. Is it because she gave her blood to me?
Don't worry about her. That woman is heartless. She deserves it.
All right. Did you hear that? You deserve it.
Harriet, I will love you forever. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Harriet, I love you 1,000 times over.
Nate, falling in love with you is what I regret the most. It's fun living, but I don't want it anymore.
Harriet, Harriet.
Where am I?
You're awake?
Nate, why are you here? You jerk. You hurt Andy. That is our child.
I don't understand what you're talking about. That little bastard is still alive? Harriet, as long as you are alive, you and that bastard will suffer.
What did you say? Andy is still alive? I want to see Andy. I'm going to see him.
Tell me, why did you faint in front of my house?
You said I would suffer. You said I didn't deserve to live. Let go.
Without my permission. You don't even have the right to end your life. Stop doing it to gain sympathy. I can't forgive you for what you've done. No way.
If my life ends, will you leave me alone? Nate, in my life, the biggest mistake I've made is falling in love with a heartless man like you. I don't love you anymore, Nate.
You're not worthy of my love. Harriet, you're a sinner. You'll spend the rest of your life for atonement. You'll never walk away from me. Think about your son. If you cause trouble again, I'll do something to him.
What are you gonna do? Andy is innocent. Please leave him alone.
Just an illegitimate son? It's disgusting even to touch him. An illegitimate son?
One day, if you know he is your biological child, will you regret every word you said?
Regret? I'm telling you, the thing I regret the most is meeting you. If you do it again, I'll make you pay.
What do you want? Andy is only 4 years old. Please leave him alone.
He's an illegitimate son. I don't have to deal with him. Harriet, you're so stubborn. Even now, you still don't admit you are wrong. You'll be spending the rest of your life atoning for your mistakes.
Nate, I know I'm wrong. Andy is only 4 years old. He's just a child. If you are mad, take it out on me. But please don't hurt him. He's about to have surgery. That's the only way he survives. Please show him mercy. Please.
Is this your attitude?
As for the money, I will find a way. Didn't you issue an order that all of the local hospitals, big or small, can't operate on Andy? I'm begging you. Rescind the order.
What are you talking about? When did I ever give such an order? Harriet, don't play tricks on me. I can't forgive you for what you've done. No way. That's impossible.
Nate, if my life ended, would you be sad?
Don't be silly. Wicked people have a long life. You'll even outlive me.
Nate, is Harriet all right?
She's very well. Don't worry about her.
Nate, I heard from the doctor that Harriet was poisoned. How could she take the wrong medicine? Did she want to end her own life? Could it be that she has...
Some grievances? I don't know. Anyway, she can't pay enough for the mistakes she made in the past.
I'm so hungry.
It's mealtime. I'll take you to dine.
Okay, Harriet, this is what you got for stealing my man. You fool, in this lifetime, you're destined to lose to me.
Nate, One day, if you fall in love with another girl, you must tell me. I want us to part on good terms and leave you with dignity.
Harriet, I only love you. I am yours. Both my body and soul belong to you.
Nate, things change, yet you're no longer the one I love.
Madam? Where are you going?
I'm going to see Andy.
Without Mr. Gray's permission, you're not allowed to go anywhere.
Dave, I just want to see Andy. Andy is just a 4-year-old child. Is it necessary to treat him that way?
Madam, Andy is good now. You should rest well.
He's good? But Elena told me that Andy's major artery bled. He urgently needs blood. Right now, you tell me he's good?
He urgently needs blood. Well, there must be some mistake. Mr. Gray has already arranged a blood transfusion. He is convalescing at the moment.
Dave, is Elena pregnant?
She is not pregnant.
Why did she lie to me? Dave, I want to see Andy. You know where he is, right? Since I gave birth to Andy in prison, he's been with me. If he wakes up and doesn't see me, he will be anxious. Dave, I just want to check up on him. Please allow me to see him.
Madam, you know Mr. Gray well. Please don't make it difficult for me.
Dave, I only hope to see Andy. Let me take care of my child as a mother. Please tell me where Andy is. If you tell me, I'll go find him myself. If Nate blames you, just tell him that I force you.
Madam, don't provoke Mr. Gray. For the sake of the child, you should behave.
Dave, I just want to see Andy. I'm begging you.
He's at Alpine Hospital. 2 days later, Mr. Gray will be away on business.
Nate, I'm sorry. We should go to the restaurant to eat, but I feel dizzy again. You have to keep me company.
It's okay. Your health matters. I've arranged for a chef to cook for you at home.
You're so kind.
Your health was compromised because of me. Back then, you gave me a kidney after the surgery. Your wound ended up like this. Don't worry. I'll make it up. For you.
For you, I can risk my life.
Do you know how dangerous it was? When the vase was falling, why did you block it for me? Fortunately, you weren't hit. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting beside me, unharmed.
For you, I can risk my life.
What's wrong, Nate?
Is she causing trouble again?
Mr. Gray, Mrs. Gray's mood is much better. However, there's something. Mrs. Gray said Miss Elena told her Andy had arterial bleeding and didn't make it.
Okay, I see.
Mrs. Gray asked me if Miss Elena was pregnant. Well, there must be some mistake.
Okay, I will handle it.
What's wrong, Nate? Has something happened to Harriet?
Did you tell Harriet that her child perished?
I...
What exactly did you say to Harriet? Why did she ask you if you're pregnant? Also, why did she faint at my doorstep?
I just told Harriet that Andy was not at the Redwood Medical Center. That's all. I said...
Did you tell Harriet that you're pregnant?
I didn't. Nate, why would I tell her that? Besides, you're worried about my health. You never touched me. So, how could I tell Harriet about that?
I have things to do. The doctor said you need to rest well. Take a good rest.
Nate, I really didn't say anything. I just told her that Andy was not at the Redwood Medical Center. You don't believe me? You only believe Harriet?
I don't believe a single word she says.
Well, could you stay with me? I'm afraid that when I wake up, I'll never see you again, and you'll fall for Harriet again. After all, before she cheated on you, the two of you were truly in love.
That woman doesn't deserve my love. I have work to do. After I finish the work, I'll come back for you.
Okay. I'll wait for you. That's infuriating. She took my poison, yet she survived. Harriet, you just wait.
Today, Nate will be away on business. Andy, wait for me. I'll be right there for you.
Harriet, are you feeling better?
What are you doing here?
I'm worried about you. Harriet, it's hard to end your life. I can't believe you survived.
Elena, I'm still alive. You're disappointed, aren't you?
What are you talking about? We're family. If you perish, what's good about it? Besides, to be frank, what you have suffered will make you stronger.
Elena, you claim to be worried about me. Do you think I'll still trust you? 4 years ago, why did Victor sleep in my bed? And why did Nate show up coincidentally? Who will benefit from it? I guess you know the answer.
That was a long time ago. Why are you bringing it up to me now? Moreover, Nate said it. He won't believe every word you say, even if you don't have an affair with Victor. Do you think he will believe you? By the way, I'm here to tell you good news.
I don't believe you have good news.
In Cloud City, the perfect hearts for Andy have been sent away.
What? What did you say?
I said, the perfect hearts for your son have been sent away. Got it?
How could this happen? I don't believe it. You're lying to me. I'm going to see Andy. Get out of my way.
Nate gave the order in Cloud City. If any doctors operate on your son, they will even be sent abroad.
You're talking nonsense. You must be talking nonsense. I'm going to see Andy. Get out of my way.
I had a stillbirth. You can't imagine how painful it is. My child perished. Your son must end up like my baby. Nate promised me he will make you suffer the pain I've suffered.
What are you talking about? What does your child's demise have to do with me? That day, your car hit mine. If I hadn't turned the car around in time, I'm afraid I would have met my end. Elena, you reap what you sow. Get out of my way. I'm going to see Andy.
Do you think Nate believes what you say? 4 years ago, he didn't believe you. Today, will he believe you? When you were in prison, you should have perished, yet you even gave birth to an illegitimate son. I underestimated you.
Those who beat me in prison back then were arranged by you?
I had no power for that. Nate was behind it. Otherwise, who dares to do that? Besides, back then, you were put into prison because of the baby. You are carrying a life for a life. At that time, you should be in jail for more years. It was too good for you.
I didn't. When I was driving Nate's mom to the medical center, the brakes failed. So a car accident happened. Elena, you've ruined my life. Now you still want to hurt Andy? You're crazy, you crazy woman.
What are you doing? Are you all right? Are you injured?
I'm fine. I came to check on Harriet, but as soon as she saw me, she insisted it was me who hurt Andy.
Nate, I'm begging you. Show Andy mercy. Don't hurt him.
Harriet? Stop it. How far? Will you go for an illegitimate son?
Harriet, what's wrong with you? Are you all right?
Don't touch me.
Nate, don't blame Harriet. It's understandable she's angry. When I had a car accident, she donated blood for me, and then she fainted, so she failed to look after Andy. She should be mad at me.
I'll tell you again. You reap what you sow. Even if you meet your end, you deserve it. You're to blame for Andy's suffering. It has nothing to do with me.
Yes. Nate, I'll get what's coming to me. The biggest mistake I made was falling in love with you. Nate, please let me go.
Let you go? Given what you did in the past, should I forgive you? You deserve to perish. But I won't let it happen. You'll spend the rest of your life with regrets.
Nate, you and Alana had a child. Then what am I to you?
My head hurts so much.
Elena, Harriet, if anything happens to Elena, I will make you pay.
Nate, if my life ends, will the grudges between the two of these be settled once and for all?
Ms. Sully.
What's wrong with Andy?
Ms. Sully, calm down. We just got notified from above. Andy has already been transferred from Alpine Hospital to Redwood Medical Center.
How is he now?
His condition has stabilized. You can go see him now.
Good. You lead the way. Andy, I'm here to see you.
Mom, I miss you so much.
I miss you too.
Are you crying? It doesn't hurt. Mom, don't cry.
I'm not crying. There are tears of joy. I'm happy to see that you're all right.
I see. You're so happy as to cry. I learned it at the kindergarten.
Good for you.
But when can I go back to school?
As long as you cooperate well with the doctor's treatment, you'll soon go back to school.
Great. I'll be good. I love you, Mom. You're the best mom in the world.
I love you too.
Mom, can you take me home? I don't like the smell in the hospital.
I need to ask the doctor if you can leave if your condition is good. I will take you home, okay? Good boy.
Where's Dad? I don't like Dad. He is a bad dad. I like you the most.
Are you sleepy? If you are, I'll take you to bed. Get some sleep, and you'll see your dad tomorrow. Is that okay?
Okay, Mom. Hold me.
Let's go. If I'm not alive someday, what will Andy do? My Andy is so sensible, so sweet, and so young. Oh, heaven. Why does he have to endure all this? Why? Is it Ethan? Hello, Ethan.
Harriet, I just got back from abroad. Let's meet up if you're free.
I
heard about Andy's condition. Don't worry, leave it to me. If you have time, let's meet up and talk about Andy's condition.
Ethan, I am free now. I'll be right there. I almost forgot Ethan is a medical graduate. He's become a professor at the medical college at a young age. With him here, Andy can certainly have the surgery right away.
Harriet, it's late at night. Where are you going? Harriet? Nate, is Harriet still blaming me?
Are you deaf? Elena is asking you a question. Answer it.
Nate, are you imprisoning me? Do I have to report everything to you?
Harriet, you've got it all wrong. Nate is just concerned for you. In the middle of the night, it's not safe for you, a woman, to be outside.
So you know that it's the middle of the night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Harriet, don't make me repeat it. Answer Elena's question and mind your tone.
My husband has brought a woman into our home. As his wife, should I welcome her warmly? Am I that cheap?
Harriet, you've got it all wrong. There's nothing going on between Nate and me. I'm just not feeling well. Nate brought me here to rest for a couple of days.
Let go.
Don't make me repeat it again. Where are you going?
Do I have to report that to you?
Harriet, Nate is just showing concern for you. Right, I heard Ethan came back today. Speaking of Ethan, he used to be your idol. You are not going to see Ethan, are you?
Who I am seeing has nothing to do with you. Now that I'm leaving, you two can enjoy your time alone here. Let go.
Is what she said true? You are seeing Ethan?
Does that matter? My husband has even brought another woman home, and I'm just going to see an old friend. Is that some grievous sin for you?
Nate, if Harriet wants to leave, just let her go. Why are you keeping her at home?
Harriet, listen to me carefully. Your mind, from head to toe, inside and out, your entire being is mine. As long as you live for a day, you are the possession of me.
Nate, Am I just your possession?
Not really. You can't even be considered a possession. Seeing your face makes me sick.
If you feel sick, why do you keep me by your side to upset yourself?
It seems you still have strength. Good. Very good. Ms. Nelson.
Coming, Mr. Gray?
Lock her up for 3 days, without my permission. Do not give her food.
Yet, Mayor Gray. Nate? Is it that only if I'm destroyed can all grudges be settled?
If you are destroyed, your son will join you.
You are so despicable.
Harriet, it's not the first day for you to know me.
Do you miss me?
Yes, I miss you every day. I miss you all the time. This is what I got at an auction abroad. It's called Heart of the Ocean. It symbolizes the eternity of love. And you are the eternal love to me. You matter even more than my life.
Nate, this time, I really have to give you up.
Nate, Ethan, and Harriet used to be very good friends. Ethan's family is a family of medical lineage. Do you think Ethan's return is for Harriet? Nate, I truly hope that Harriet finds a good match. If Ethan and Harriet are truly in love, they will be a perfect match.
She can never get a divorce.
Why is that? Nate, do you still love Harriet?
You don't need to compare yourself with her.
What do you mean, Nate?
Harriet is sinful. You don't need to lower yourself to compare with her. She's not worthy.
Nate, I know that, but Harriet looks so pitiful. I notice she seems to have lost a lot of weight. Is it because of Andy's matter?
This is her habitual ploy of self-harm. No need to sympathize with her.
Nate, I can't always remain unrecognized, right? When will you divorce her?
Bad woman, you are the bad woman. You are a baddie. You're not allowed in my home.
Who taught you that? Is this how your mother teaches you?
Daddy, you are the baddie daddy. I don't like you. I hate you.
Andy is too much of a fuss. He ruined my dress last time. Now he hit me with a toy. Who knows how he will act out again.
Big baddie, let go of me.
Who are you calling a big baddie?
You are the big baddie. You bullied my mom. You even hit her. I saw it all.
I am not your dad.
Mom says you're my dad. Mom would never lie to me. You don't like me. I don't like you either.
Come over here.
Mr. Gray.
Send him away.
Mr. Gray.
Did you not understand what I said? Remember, you work for me?
Big baddie, I hate you. I don't want a big baddie to be my dad.
Andy, let's go.
Mr. Lin, I want my mom. I want to see my mom.
What are you taking?
My life-saving medicine, are you satisfied now?
What is this? So when you don't need my stuff anymore, you just throw it away?
Stuff not needed is undoubtedly trash. When you don't need me, I'm also trash to you.
Harriet, I advise you to behave yourself. Andy is still in my hands.
Andy? What have you done to Andy? I want to see Andy.
Harriet, yesterday, Andy lost his temper with me. He injured me with a toy. To vent anger, for me, Nate had to send Andy away and lock him up. Blame me if you want.
You locked him up? Nate, what have you done to Andy? I want to see Andy.
He's passed away. Are you satisfied now?
Nate, is your heart made of iron? If anything happens to Andy, I won't let you off. What are you doing? Let me go.
Don't forget what day it is today.
I don't know what you're saying. You're hurting me. Let me go.
He met his end on the same day. Have you forgotten?
My father.
Your father cut corners. Many people have been destroyed because of him, an unscrupulous contractor. Today, I will take you to see a good show.
Nonsense. My father was upright. He simply couldn't do such a thing.
I didn't do that. The paint has nothing to do with me.
You made my wife have a stroke.
Your entire family is malicious.
You're beasts. After taking your medicine, my daughter ends up in the ER. Your family is all sinners.
Hit me. Don't hit my wife.
Why did you bring me here?
To watch a show. To see how many innocent people your father's evil has harmed.
Jason? What happened to him and his wife?
Your father cut corners and did shoddy construction. The construction site collapsed. More than a dozen workers lost their lives. Harriet, in this regard, you and your father are alike. But your father was more self-aware than you. After reflecting upon himself, he took his own life. Your brother's paint did not pass the inspection and caused damages. Hence, he was reported. Look at your family's hideous true face. Your brother sells poisonous paint. His wife sells fake medicine. Your father cut corners. And you? Back then, I broke away from my family. Just to be with you. You thought I was a commoner without status. You abandoned me for money. Harriet, your family is full of sinners.
I don't believe you. My brother and his wife are both kind-hearted. It must be you who framed them.
Have you all gone mad? My wife didn't sell fake medicine.
It's a misunderstanding.
Harriet, is this show enjoyable?
What exactly do you want?
If you kneel down and repent sincerely, perhaps I can save your brother's life.
Nate, I beg you, please save my brother.
You can kneel for your brother and your illegitimate son. It seems your kneeling is worthless. Just repent well here. Repent until I am satisfied.
Mr. Gray, about Jason's paint incident, could there be something fishy? The pharmacy of your wife's family has always been a time-honored brand.
No rush for this.
Harriet, take this. Darn it.
Harriet, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and chase him. Harriet?
What? Sean, I expected more of you. You couldn't take her life?
Miss Elena, I wanted to make it foolproof by taking her life in the chaos and planting it on the angry mob at the Sully family's door. I didn't expect Mr. Gray to come back after he left. I was so scared. He even wanted to end my life. My hand almost crippled.
What a fool. All right. Although you failed this time, we are still friends. Go hide for a while and keep a low profile. I will transfer the money to your account. Harriet, it's quite hard to take your life. What happened to Harriet?
She will be fine.
Didn't you take her to the Sullys? What happened? Harriet, as soon as you returned, you took away Nate's heart. Don't even think of taking away everything that belongs to me.
No. No, don't come over. Don't come over. What are you doing? Where is my brother? Did you set my brother up? Haven't you tortured me enough? Now you won't even let my brother and his wife go.
Your brother and his wife deserve what happened to them.
Anyone associated with me should be destroyed. Right?
Bad influence is like a disease. By the side of a vicious woman like you, I didn't expect to see good people.
You are despicable.
If only you were half as good as Elena, your family would not have fallen to this.
Yes. I cannot compare to Elena. I am not even worth one of her hairs. Nate, let's get a divorce. I am tired.
Divorce? I can only be widowed, not divorced. You want a divorce? Put that in your bucket list.
It'll be soon. Your wish will be fulfilled very soon.
What on earth is she talking about? If I divorce you, will you go to Ethan and let him be your next man? Don't even think about it.
Nate, did you prepare all these for me?
The doctor said you are frail. Try some. If you like the dishes, I'll have the chef prepare them again.
Nate, you are so nice to me. But Nate, it seems Harriet hasn't eaten anything for almost 2 days. Her health is not good. Could you ask Harriet to come and dine with us?
Ms. Nelson.
Mr. Gray.
Take her here.
Okay.
By the way, has the Sully family had another incident? Is it serious?
Jason has been cunning and brought disaster upon himself.
Although it's the Sully family that raised me, I've been neglected by them since I was young. However, Jason is Harriet's family by blood. Could you help Jason?
The Sully family is not worth my help.
Harriet, Nate specially told the chef to come and prepare all these for us. Would you like to try some?
I want to see Andy.
Harriet, just be a bit more obedient. Then, for the sake of me, Nate would not do anything to Andy. This is the soup that the chef made for me. Here. Give it a try.
I dare not drink your soup.
Harriet, because of me, Nate sent Andy away. Are you still blaming me?
Can you stop pretending? I can't stand to see dirty things.
Harriet, don't be ungrateful. Remember what I said and behave yourself. Andy is still in my hands. Also, whether your brother can live is up to me.
Here, have some.
Okay. I'll drink it.
It's burning hot.
Are you okay? Let me take care of your wound. Ms. Nelson.
Coming, Mr. Gray.
Call the doctor now.
Right away.
Harriet, you really stop at nothing. If anything happens to Elena's hand, don't think about keeping your hands.
Nate, I didn't do it.
Do you think I'm blind?
Nate, don't blame Harriet. It's my fault for being careless.
You don't have to speak for her. Let's go.
Hello, Jason. What? I see.
Nate, don't blame Harriet. She is frustrated right now. It's not surprising that she took it out on me. Moreover, Jason used to be the closest to Harriet and love her the most. Now Jason is in trouble. It's only natural for Harriet to harbor resentment.
You don't need to speak for her. Jason thought he could establish himself in Cloud City with tricks. What he took are human lives. He got what he deserved.
But Harriet will be heartbroken.
Ignore her.
Nate, can you save my brother?
It hurts so much.
What's wrong?
Suddenly it feels like it's burning.
The doctor was delayed on the way. Just wait a few more minutes.
Nate, my brother is innocent. Can you help him?
What your brother took are human lives. Harriet, you should know better than anyone. That one must face punishment for his mistakes. You were in prison for 4 years. How can you not have learned anything at all?
But Jason says that batch of paint has nothing to do with him. Someone with an ulterior motive used him.
Harriet, the evidence is solid. You can't let Nate help exonerate Jason. If you really want to help him, why don't you kneel down to beg me and apologize to me? Perhaps, considering my face, Nate will help shorten Jason's prison term.
I have done nothing wrong. Why should I kneel and apologize to you?
Harriet, I am a designer. That chicken soup just now was burning hot, and it all spilled on my hand. My hand still hurts now. What if I can't paint anymore in the future? An apology to me is not too much to ask, right?
About why that bowl of soup spilled on your hand. Elena, you probably know better than anyone. You can fool others, but you can't fool me.
I have no idea what you're saying. My hand hurts so much.
Nate?
Are you deaf? Elena wants your apology. What happened to Jason is no small matter. If I don't step in, he might be ruined, and your illegitimate son. Don't care about his life the most? Think it over. Will you kneel or not?
Fine. I'll kneel. Nate, do you know how long I have waited for you? You didn't answer my phone. I won't talk to you anymore.
Harriet.
What's wrong, Nate? Nate, I was just joking. Don't scare me. Nate?
In a person's life, one can only zing once. So he must cherish her and spend his life with her. You're the one I want to spend my life with. Harriet, will you marry me? Let me take care of you for a lifetime.
Yes, I will. Nate, did you arrange? What happened to my brother? Please show mercy and spare him.
Nate, Harriet is so pitiful. Just help her out, and Andy too. Although he is illegitimate, he is still Harriet's flesh and blood. Just let Harriet meet Andy.
Elena, shut up. I don't need your pity.
Harriet.
Harriet, always remember that you are a sinner. For the rest of your life, you can only redeem yourself. All of this is what you rightly deserve. You have no right to speak to Elena like that.
Nate, this time, it's completely over between us.
You have no right to say that. Everything you've been through is what you deserve. What's wrong? Harriet.
Nate. Why is he still siding with her even now? Harriet. Just wait and see.
Harriet.
Mr. Gray, what happened?
Where's the family doctor? If he doesn't get here within 3 minutes, he can quit the job himself.
Yes, Mr. Gray. I'll call and rush him immediately.
Dr. Hawk, it's been 10 minutes. How is she doing?
She's awake. Mrs. Gray has woken up.
Harriet, you just fainted. How are you feeling? Are you feeling any better?
Doctor,
Mrs. Gray, you shouldn't get up yet. You're still very weak.
What's wrong with her?
Mr. Gray, Mrs. Gray is pregnant.
She's pregnant?
That's right. But
what? Say it all at once.
Mr. Gray, may I have a word with you in private?
Dr. Hawk, I know my health condition.
Dr. Hawk, what's wrong with her? Are you hiding something from me?
Well, Mr. Gray, Mrs. Gray is just suffering from long-term malnutrition and a bit weak. It's nothing serious. She'll recover with some rest and care. She shouldn't overwork or worry too much. This is the prescription I've prepared for Mrs. Gray. Please prepare the medicine for Mrs. Gray according to this.
I'll do it.
Then I'll take my leave.
Okay, Dr. Hawk. I'll walk you out.
Darn it. Harriet is pregnant? Finally, the illegitimate son, Andy, is about to perish. But she gets pregnant again. It drove me crazy.
It seems I truly don't have much time left. But what about Andy? Oh, God. What should I do? Where is Andy? I want to see Andy.
You'd better listen to me. Otherwise, your illegitimate son will no longer live in this world.
If anything happens, I might as well end myself. Nate, if I were to lose my life now, it would mean the end of 2 lives.
Harriet, how dare you threaten me? You think you can threaten me? With your life, I couldn't care less. I was able to send you out of prison for 4 years. And naturally, I can send you back for 5, 10 years, or even a lifetime.
You know, what's the biggest mistake I've ever made? I just regret falling in love with you. Nate, I don't love you anymore. I'm tired. Spare me, please.
It's up to me. Unless you cease to exist, you'll never walk away from me. You are a sinner. A sinner can only repent for a lifetime. You must repent over and again to comfort my mother's soul in heaven.
Okay, that day will come soon. I will be freed soon, very soon.
Shut up, Harriet. Without my permission, you can't even meet your end. I'm telling you, if you're gone, Andy won't have it easy. The ways I torture people, you've experienced them before. I don't mind applying them to Andy.
Harriet, you'd better get some rest. The doctor has said you should take good care of yourself and recuperate.
Nate, if you don't let me see Andy, I will go on a hunger strike. Haven't you always been saying that Andy is an illegitimate son? Then you should know who is the biological father of the child I am carrying, right?
Harriet, your private life has always been quite colorful. Otherwise, you wouldn't have betrayed Nate back then. Perhaps now the child you are carrying may not be Nate's.
Elena, when it comes to talking nonsense and making up stories, if you dare to claim first place, no one would dare to claim second.
I don't know what you are talking about.
Hello, Ethan.
Harriet, you finally answered my call. I have waited for you all day. Is something wrong? I've been calling you, but no one's answering.
Ethan? I can't come out to meet you for now. Can you do me a favor? I don't know where Andy has been, taken by Nate. Could you help me look for Andy?
Has Nate gone mad? Andy is just a kid. He did such a thing to Andy. Don't be afraid. Leave it to me.
Okay, thank you, Ethan.
Nate, Harriet has just got out of jail, and the people she knows are criminals. Do you think the father of the child she is carrying could be some man of ill repute?
Impossible.
That child is yours? Darn it, I've begged Nate for so many years. He wouldn't even touch me for once. Harriet really has a way. Just a few short months after release from prison, she was able to get into Nate's bed. Nate, if you find me an eyesore, I am willing to step aside.
What are you talking about?
I'm not Harriet's rival. I wasn't before. I'm not now, and I certainly won't be in the future. If you still like her, I am willing to step aside to let you be together. Nate, I bless you both and wish you happiness.
Elena, you gave me a kidney? I swore I must take care of you all my life. This is my promise to you.
What about Harriet? She's so pitiful. I don't want to see her sad.
Everyone deserves sympathy, but only she does not deserve it.
Mr. Gray, this is all the project data of Jason's company.
How is the investigation going?
The fact that the paint exceeded standards is undeniable, and due to the excessive levels of paint, it led to fatalities. With conclusive evidence, Just
what?
Jason did not participate in the development of this project. He just jointly set up this company with his buddy. He was in charge of product packaging.
So, Jason is just a scapegoat.
Yes. And Mrs. Gray's sister-in-law, selling fake medicine, is a misunderstanding. I have already had someone take care of this matter.
Thoroughly investigate it, and help me find out. Who is targeting Jason?
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Drew. The matter with Jason's game company was handled quite well.
It's a piece of cake. I've long been unhappy with Jason. You really know how to play the game. Let me leave. Jason's paint group with the money? I see that you've really got Jason this time. That's a clever move.
Mr. Drew, you're polite. By the way, about that project from last time, I applied for it with Mr. Gray, and he also handed the project over to me. How about this? Let's schedule a time. I'll hand over the project to you. Also, as long as I don't to contact you, don't contact me.
All right, I'll listen to you.
Okay. Ms. Nelson, what's this in your hand?
This is the prenatal care medicine that Mr. Gray prepared for Mrs. Gray.
Prenatal care medicine? Give me the medicine. After all, she is my sister. I want to take care of her. You go ahead with your business.
All right, Miss Elena. I'll go clean up. I'm going then.
Harriet, does the child you are carrying even deserve to be born and live in this world? Harriet, are you feeling better?
What are you here for?
I'm here to care for you. By the way, Nate, let me give this to you to take.
What is this?
Nate said the child you are carrying is illegitimate. He does not deserve to come to this world. He wants you to take this.
What? He wants to get rid of my baby?
Don't blame Nate for being heartless. After all, you betrayed him, so he doesn't trust you now. Isn't that normal? Well, if you give birth to the child, wouldn't it be suffering for you too?
I won't take this medicine. Even if Nate holds a knife to my throat, I still won't take it.
You should take it. Nate has made it clear. Whether it's his child or not, he wouldn't accept it. He feels disgusted.
Are you crazy? The child I am carrying is a living being. None of you have the right to decide his fate. Go away.
Just take it when I tell you to. Stop with the nonsense.
I won't take it, no matter what. I won't take it today. Get away from me.
Fine. So you won't take it? Then let me tell you one thing. The trouble Jason got into actually was orchestrated by Nate.
It was him? Does he still think that he hasn't caused enough suffering to our Sully family?
Who knows? I just casually mentioned that in the past, Jason always bullied me and even falsely accused me of stealing things, causing me to kneel in the ancestral hall. Upon hearing this, Nate, in a fit of rage, insisted on bringing down Jason.
'Cause you hate me? You want to annihilate us? Elena, in the past 10 years, our Sully family has treated you generously. Why on earth did you do this? Why?
Why? You know it clearly. You are the young lady of the Sully family. You've grown up being adored since childhood, while I am just like an ugly duckling, abandoned by everyone. Have you ever treated me like a person? I don't want to mention the past anymore. Harriet, take it.
I won't take it. I won't take it today, no matter what.
Nate has said, either Andy lives, or the child you are carrying lives. Don't be too greedy. Take it. Now.
Can't you understand what I said? I said I won't take it. I won't take it no matter what.
Harriet, you hit me? How dare you hit me?
No more pretending. You have shown your true color. Calling me sister every day must be disgusting for you, right? Every time you call me sister, did you wish I were to end my life?
Yes. Why didn't you be gone earlier? When you were in prison, why weren't you suffered to perish? Your miserable life is really tough.
Come on, strangle me. Go ahead and strangle me if you dare. See how you explain to Nate.
Do you think Nate will care about your well-being?
What are you doing? Elena, what's wrong?
Nate, I've come to give Harriet prenatal care medicine, but as soon as Harriet saw me, she lost her temper at me.
Prenatal care medicine? Are you talking about the prenatal care medicine? Elena, if you dare to tell a single lie today, I'll curse your entire family to perish and be extinct.
Harriet, you...
Enough. I had Ms. Nelson buy the medicine. Look at you now. Neither human nor ghost. I can hardly stand to look at you, and you make me sick.
You find me disgusting, right? If you find me disgusting, then you should let me go. You find me disgusting, and yet keep me locked up at home. Are you crazy?
Harriet, what are you talking about? Nate is concerned about you.
Shut up.
Jason's life and Andy's life are under my control. Harriet, watch your tone.
Did you really cause trouble for Jason?
So what if it is? What if it isn't? In your Sully family, apart from Elena, not a single person is innocent.
Nate, I'm really about to perish. You ruined the little hope I have, truly leaving me without a single trace of longing.
Nate, Harriet definitely didn't do it on purpose. Don't blame her.
You don't need to plead for her. What's wrong, Ms. Nelson?
I don't know which careless servant threw the prenatal care medicine I bought for Mrs. Gray into the trash can. I spent thousands on it, and it wasn't even opened and thrown into the trash can.
What? Prenatal care medicine was thrown into the trash can?
Just now, I handed over the prenatal care medicine to Miss Elena and then went to clean. Miss Elena, do you know what happened?
Darn it, forgot to deal with the prenatal care medicine. Ms. Nelson is quite old, yet so gossipy. It drives me crazy.
She's asking you, what exactly happened?
I don't know. At that time, I had just prepared the prenatal care medicine for Harriet, and then I went upstairs.
Today, all of the servants are off duty, except for Ms. Nelson. How could the prenatal care medicine end up in the trash can?
We don't have any pets in the house. Could it be that a thief broke in?
A thief wouldn't ignore the money and throw the prenatal care medicine in the trash can. By the way, what medicine did you give to Harriet?
I'm sorry, Nate. It was I who took the liberty to ask Dr. Walter to prescribe other prenatal care medicines. Because Harriet is afraid of bitterness, I assumed she certainly wouldn't drink that kind of things with a traditional medicine taste. If you want to scold me, go ahead.
Forget it. You had good intentions. If she doesn't appreciate it, then so be it. In the future, just let Miss Nelson serve the medicine.
Okay, Miss Elena. From now on, I'll take care of the medicine.
Grandma, you have returned from traveling abroad. Please sit down.
Why are you here at the Clearwater Villa? Isn't this Clearwater Villa where Harriet lives?
It was Nate who asked me to come.
Grandma, Elena is not feeling well. So I brought her over here to stay for a while.
Nonsense.
Old Mrs. Gray, are you thirsty? I'll brew some tea for you.
I'm not thirsty. Where's Harriet? I've been here for most of the day, but why haven't I seen Harriet?
Harriet just lost her temper, saying she doesn't want to see anyone.
Grandma, you're here.
Harriet.
Long time no see, Grandma.
Long time no see, Harriet. Why have you lost weight? You can't afford to lose any more. If you walk outside, the wind might just blow you away. Nate, give Harriet some extra nourishments later. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Grandma, please have some tea.
Okay, I like the tea poured by my granddaughter-in-law.
This old hag is deliberately provoking me. Darn it. 4 years ago, she favored Harriet. I didn't expect that after what happened with Nate's mother, this old hag still favors Harriet. Is she crazy? This is driving me crazy.
Why is your face swollen? Has someone bullied you? Tell me, who bullied you? I will take up for you.
Grandma, I just wanted to see Andy.
I was just thinking about him. I've been here for a while, yet I haven't seen Andy. Usually he's so sweet-talking, caring about me. Where's Andy? Nate, where's Andy?
Old Mrs. Gray.
Did I ask you? Why are you butting in? Nate, where did Andy go?
He is at Ethereal Manor.
What? Why did you send Andy to Ethereal Manor?
Ethereal Manor?
Old Mrs. Gray. The Ethereal Manor is the place where Nate's mother used to live. In a couple of days, it will be the anniversary of her demise. Nate must be missing her. So he sent Andy over there.
It's the anniversary of your mother's demise. Why did you send Andy to Ethereal Manor?
Old Mrs. Gray. Before this, Harriet orchestrated a car accident that destroyed Nate's mother. Nate inevitably has some resentment.
Harriet said it was a misunderstanding. How can you still harbor resentment?
Old Mrs. Gray. 4 years ago, the fact that Harriet caused the demise of Nate's mother was undeniable. At that time, it was Harriet who drove the car. When Auntie passed away, Harriet was fine, completely unharmed. All the evidence clearly pointed to her. I don't want to believe that Harriet could do such a thing.
Grandma, don't interfere with this matter. I have my own arrangements.
Your arrangements? You bring another woman to live in you and Harriet's bridal room. Is this you arrangement? Look at the mess you've made.
Grandma, Elena is not just any other woman. Grandma, you go back first.
What? Are you trying to send me away? You brat. If you bully Harriet, you won't get a single penny of the Gray family's fortune.
Old Mrs. Gray.
Why are you butting in? Was it your idea to send Andy to Ethereal Manor?
No, it wasn't me. Nate. All right, Grandma.
I will handle this matter. I will bring Andy back. I will have Dave bring him back now. That's more like it.
Harriet. I also bought you a gift. It's a jade bracelet brought from abroad. Do you like it? I like it so much, thank you.
It's good that you like it.
I also bought a gift for Andy. You are so kind.
Why don't you
call Dave soon? I want to see Andy now. Okay.
I'm going to call him now. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Of course, it's to let you supervise me. Harriet.
Grandma?
Old Mrs. Gray, have some fruit. Let me peel some fruit for you.
This is my daughter-in-law's home. It's not proper for you to be here.
Grandma.
I do not have a granddaughter like you.
Old Mrs. Gray, 4 years ago, Harriet caused the demise of Nate's mother. The evidence is conclusive. You mustn't be fooled by her.
I'm old, but my mind is still sharp.
Old Mrs. Gray, you really have a sense of humor. I know you dote on Harriet. I can understand that. But there was solid evidence. You can't ignore the truth. Also, Andy isn't Nate's son.
Whether Andy is Nate's child or not, it's none of your business.
Old Mrs. Gray, you do like to joke.
I've said so much. Why haven't you left yet?
This old hag has a lot to say. Why don't you just make an end? Old Mrs. Gray, I'll wait for Nate to come back.
Nate has Harriet. You're in the way here. I like peace and don't fancy women like you. What I said isn't clear enough. Wayne, see her out.
Okay, old Mrs. Gray, please.
Old Mrs. Gray, I have something to do. I shall take my leave.
let go of me?
Harriet, I underestimated you, relying on Grandma's favor over you. You tried to manipulate me, didn't you?
So what if I was, by any means necessary? Isn't that what you taught me?
If you dare to misbehave, Jason, his wife, Andy, Ethan, and you won't live in peace.
Nate, is it that only if I make an end? Can all things come to an end?
You don't even have the right to end. You malicious woman should be put down. The 18th layer of hell and never to be reborn for eternity.
That's quite nice. When I meet my end, I'll never see you again. Nate, I'm about to escape your clutches. That day will soon arrive.
Harriet, you'll never escape from my grasp. In your lifetime, Shui, you can only live in remorse. Listen carefully. If you stay by my side, perhaps that illegitimate son might still have a chance to live.
Illegitimate son? Sooner or later, you'll regret for your arrogance.
In my life, the biggest regret of my life is getting entangled with you, a venomous woman.
Nate, do you still remember your promise to me? You'll love me 1,000 times over.
Shut up. You're a vicious woman. And a liar. Who do you think you are? Why should I treat you sincerely and fulfill my promise to you? I'll never ever love you again.
What is this for? Nate, you...
Grandma.
Harriet, did he bully you? Tell me, I will teach him a lesson for you.
No, we were just playing around.
Playing around? Nowadays, the young people all play like this? You scared me. I heard from Ms. Nelson that you're pregnant. Why didn't you tell me about your pregnancy?
No, I have recently got pregnant. My emotions are a bit unstable. I want to get myself in better health before telling you.
Harriet, you've been wronged by our Gray family.
No, it's just that I'm pregnant. Nate won't let me go out. Grandma, please help me persuade him.
Really? You brat. What kind of husband keeps his pregnant wife locked at home? Pregnancy can easily lead to depression. What are you thinking? She's just become pregnant, and you want to make her depressed. From now on, Harriet can go wherever she wants. Do you hear me?
All right.
Thank you. Let's go. Eat something delicious.
Okay, I will take you to eat something delicious.
Harriet, don't think that just because you rely on that old hag, you can always rest easy. You think you can compete with me for Nate? Nate is mine. You can never win him over. Do you know that? I can tell on you right now.
Yes, Miss Elena, I am a fool. Please come in.
Leave this to me. Get out.
Bad auntie.
Who are you calling bad auntie?
I don't like you. Go away.
Andy, your mother doesn't want you anymore. Why are you still alive?
You're lying. Mom is the best in the world. Mom said she would protect me. Bad auntie, go away.
You brat. You're useless, just like your mother. Back then in the prison, how come you didn't make an end with your mother?
Mom, I am scared.
All right, come here. I lied to you. I has driven all those bad guys away. Don't you miss your mom? Go ahead. Go find her. Go. Hey, that illegitimate son has already come out. Remember, this time, you must succeed and not fail. Once the matter is taken care of, I promise the $500,000 will be transferred to your account immediately. Okay.
Mom, where are you? Mom?
Andy.
Bitch, you just wait.
Harriet, be careful.
Andy.
Harriet, are you okay?
Ethan.
Andy, go to the medical center.
Andy.
Let's go.
Nate, I've brought you lunch.
Elena, I still have official duties. Please go out first.
Nate, the food is essential. Without a meal, you'll get hungry and weak. Your health is the most important. Give it a try. Come on, let me feed you. Nate, look. This is your favorite steak. I specially grilled it for you today. If you like it, I'll grill it for you every day.
Okay. Just leave the lunchbox on the table. I'll eat it when I'm hungry.
Nate, do you not like me coming to the company? If you don't like it, I won't. Nate, my back is a bit sore recently. Could you give me a rub? Nate, my back really is a bit sore. Could you give me a rub?
Didn't you give me one of your kidneys? Where is the scar on your back?
Answer
me. Where is the scar on your back? It's so ugly. When did you have the wound?
I don't know either. I think it was 4 years ago. I was inexplicably anesthetized without any explanation. The doctor didn't tell me what kind of surgery it was. It seemed to be a kidney transplant, but I didn't know anything. Nate, I'm feeling a bit unwell today. Could you please leave me alone?
Is the scar left by some other man?
Harriet,
you are truly heinous. You really deserve to meet your end. Answer me. Where is the scar on your back?
Nate,
I just need an answer. Is my question that difficult? Answer me. There's supposed to be a scar. Where exactly did it go?
I had a scar removal surgery. That's why there's no scar. Do you blame me for that?
Scar removal surgery?
Nate, you can choose not to believe me, but you can't doubt my sincere feelings for you.
I'm sorry. I've been too tired lately.
Nate, it's all my fault. Lately, because of Harriet's issue, I've been suspicious and anxious, always worried about gains and losses. But it's all because I so dearly want to marry you, Nate. I want to become your only woman.
Mr. Gray, something's wrong.
What's wrong?
Andy has been hospitalized.
You bunch of fools. What are you for? You can't even take care of a child properly.
Sean, you're doing pretty good. Hey, Sean, you're doing pretty good. He is almost on the brink, right?
Mission failed. Harriet came here. Originally, I wanted to have them crash to perish. Unexpectedly, another guy showed up.
Are you an idiot? It's just a kid. You couldn't handle him?
Miss Elena, after all, I am working for you. Recently, I'm a bit short on cash. Could I borrow some money?
You haven't even completed the task, and you're asking me for money? All right. I'll transfer you 100,000. Go lay low for a while. Remember, if anyone asks, keep your mouth shut tight. Harriet, you just wait for me.
Andy's condition is not very optimistic. He needs surgery right away.
Ethan, I beg you, save Andy.
I will save Andy no matter what. But your body is really too weak. Come with me for an examination.
Nate, you!
My wife's health is none of your business.
Nate, let go of me.
Let go? And then let you and Ethan be lovey-dovey?
Nate, if it weren't for you, Andy wouldn't have been traumatized by a car accident. Andy's current condition is very critical. He needs a surgery.
What does his fate have to do with me?
You.
Harriet, you had better not do anything else to betray me, or I guarantee no one in Cloud City will operate on Andy. Let's go.
Let me go.
Nate, this is a medical center. I don't care what your status is. Everyone must adhere to our Redwood Medical Center's rules. Harriet's current state of health can no longer withstand your agitation.
Our marital affairs are none of your business, you outsider.
You are really being unreasonable. Andy now needs rest and recuperation. If you want to go crazy, you can do it outside. I won't say a word. But this is a medical center. I don't care how much power and influence you possess, but this is a medical center. I ask you to stop at an appropriate time.
If you dare to speak one more word again, believe it or not, I will make sure you won't be able to stay at the Redwood Medical Center.
Nate, let me go.
He is just an illegitimate son. His departure would not be regrettable.
You.
Are you all right, Harriet?
How is she doing?
What about your wife's condition? Oh, shouldn't you know it the best?
Ethan, I'll say it again. Please be mindful of your status. If you dare mess around again, I don't mind using my way to kick you out of the Redwood Medical Center.
You can try. If it weren't for Harriet, I wouldn't even return to Cloud City.
What's wrong with her?
She has late-stage gastric cancer. She can only live for less than half a year. Are you satisfied now?
What? Late-stage gastric cancer?
Dr. Luke, Mrs. Sully woke up.
Harriet, how are you? Is there anything else that feels uncomfortable?
I'm doing just fine. Ethan, how is Andy doing?
Andy's current condition is not very stable. Once stable, I will arrange for surgery immediately.
Thank you, Ethan.
Don't worry. Rest well.
Ethan, about Harriet's late-stage gastric cancer, what exactly is going on?
Can't you understand what that means? Aren't you the one who claims to be Cloud City's top investor? Just a few simple words. Do I still need to explain to you?
He's deceiving you. What I got is merely common gastritis.
Harriet?
Ethan, I know you're doing this to help me, but there's no need for you to deceive him with this matter, lying too much. I'm afraid there might be karma.
Gastric disease?
Yes. Just a common gastric disease. From now on, you must eat 3 meals a day every day. Don't skip meals. That's harmful to the stomach. Please take good care of yourself.
I will. Don't worry.
Since there's nothing serious, come back with me.
Nate, let me go. I need to stay here to take care of Andy.
I've already found someone to take good care of him. Harriet, don't make me say it a second time. Jason's life and Andy's life are up to you.
Nate, how can you be so cruel?
Whether my heart is made of iron or not, it has nothing to do with you. You know my style of doing things. I've always been neat and tidy.
Harriet is very weak now. She must be hospitalized for observation.
It's just a gastric disease. It's not fatal. Come back with me now. Otherwise, I assure you, I have many ways to drive Ethan out of Cloud City.
Fine. I'll go back with you.
Harriet.
Ethan, take care of Andy. Nate, if I really had gastric cancer, would you feel sad?
Even if you really had gastric cancer, it would be your retribution.
Yeah, exactly. It's all my retribution. My retribution.
Troublemakers live long. People like you won't perish that easily.
So, you want to imprison me again? Don't forget what Grandma said. I'm pregnant now. You have no right to limit my personal freedom.
Don't even think about using Grandma to restrain me. I tell you, Harriet, I don't care whether the child you are carrying is mine or not. I simply don't care.
Don't you care? Even if the child is yours, you still don't care about it?
You are a sinner. You're a heartless and cruel woman. Are you even worthy to carry on our family line and bear a child for me?
Right. I'm not worthy. Since you hate me so much, let me go.
Never. In this life, if you are to end your life, it will be at my hands.
Nate, Harriet. Harriet, I heard Andy fainted. What happened? Is he all right?
Don't worry. He's still alive.
Harriet, here are things I bought for you. Some tonics and fruits. Since you are pregnant now, you must take good care of your health and rest well.
Don't call me Harriet. I can't bear it. Besides, with these fruits you brought, who would dare eat them? What if I eat them and never wake up?
Harriet, how could I harm you?
One can know a person's face, but not his heart. Elena, you might deceive others, but you can't deceive me. Your intention to harm me is all but written on your face.
Nate, it seems Harriet really doesn't like me. Maybe I should leave. After all, this is your bridal villa. I shouldn't be here.
No, you stay here.
I'll leave. I'll give you some space.
Of course you can leave. Jason's trouble and Andy's life mean nothing to me.
You.
Forget it, Nate. Andy is sick, so it's understandable that Harriet is upset. By the way, Nate, are you hungry? I'll go cook for you.
With you being so frail, how can you do that? If anyone is to cook, it should be her.
Will Harriet cook for us?
That's right. Harriet, Elena is hungry. Now go to the kitchen to cook something Elena likes for dinner.
Why is there a smell of soy sauce? I just had a skin treatment, and I can't have soy sauce.
Elena, please look carefully. This is the roast duck you wanted to eat. How can there be roast duck without soy sauce?
Take it back and remake it.
Nate, you've heard it just now. It's what she wanted to eat. There's no roast duck without soy sauce.
Forget it, Nate. I just can't handle the taste of soy sauce. Harriet has kind intentions. I definitely can't disappoint her.
Elena hates the smell of soy sauce. Find a way to remove the smell. If you can't even handle such a small task, I don't think it's necessary for me to intervene in Jason's case.
Okay. I'll find a way to get rid of the smell.
Harriet, I suddenly don't want to eat the roast duck anymore. I feel like eating stir-fried bitter melon. The beauty salon said bitter melon is really good for the skin.
All right. I'll go make that for you.
Why is it so bitter?
Elena, if bitter melon isn't bitter, could it be sweet?
I just can't get used to the flavor. And you know that very well.
Remake it.
Elena, it's you who wants to eat stir-fried bitter melon. If you want to eat something, you should cook it yourself. I don't have time for your game.
Why is Harriet angry? Was I just a bit too much? I'll go apologize to her.
You don't need to apologize to her. She is a sinner. Whatever you do to her, she has to put up with it. What's the matter?
Mr. Gray, the bodyguard said, before Andy left, the ethereal manor. Miss Elena went to see Andy.
Okay, I got it.
Nate, my bathroom light is broken. Could you please go check it for me?
Have you ever been to Ethereal Manor?
I
don't want to hear any nonsense. Answer me. Have you ever gone to Ethereal Manor?
Yes, I have.
What were you doing at Ethereal Manor?
I
have instructed the security there. Without my permission, no one is allowed to enter. What exactly did you do at Ethereal Manor? What exactly did you say to Andy? Why did Andy suddenly leave? And about that car accident? According to the surveillance footage, it was no accident.
Nate, you suspect me?
Suspect? What about you doesn't make me suspicious? What exactly did you say to Andy?
After all, Andy is my nephew. Harriet couldn't rest easy because of Andy. I feel sorry for her, so I want to check on him. Is there anything wrong with that? Nate, I went to see Andy just to check on him and report back to Harriet. The reason I didn't tell you is that I was afraid you might get angry. And you can blame me for not telling you and going to Ethereal Manor on my own, but you can't blame the car accident on me.
Forget it. This incident is already in the past. From now on, stay away from Andy.
But what should Harriet do? Harriet is pregnant now and cannot keep on like this, missing Andy to the point of neglecting her health.
That's all her own fault. You don't need to feel sorry for her.
Okay.
I have work to do. I'll go back to the company.
Darn it.
Miss Elena, what's wrong?
Miss Nelson. No, I am watching TV. I am watching a TV drama.
Watching TV? Then I won't disturb you anymore.
This old hag is really nosy.
Hello, Ethan. How is Andy doing?
Nate has arranged a VIP ward for Andy. No one is allowed to enter and... Don't be anxious. I've reviewed his medical case. There should be specialists treating him. If he rests well, the surgery will be performed 1 month later.
Really? Thank you, Ethan.
Harriet. Didn't Nate forbid her from going out? Where is she rushing off to in such a hurry? Could she be going to find Ethan?
Ethan.
You're here. I've ordered your favorite coffee.
Thank you. It's not from
your favorite cafe. Try it and see if it suits your taste.
I just want to ask you, how exactly is Andy doing now?
Hello.
Where is she?
Harriet is at Alice's cafe. I happened to pass by and see her with Ethan together. Harriet is pregnant. How can she be running around everywhere?
Mr. Gray, this afternoon, you need to fly abroad to negotiate an acquisition project.
Cancel it.
Andy is young. If he undergoes a heart transplant surgery, the success rate is as high as 80%.
That's good to hear.
Andy's condition isn't serious, but you are too weak. You must come with me to the hospital to do an examination.
There's no need for an examination, right? I know my physical condition.
What do you know? You must come with me to do an examination.
Dr. Simon said, I have gastric cancer. At most, I have 6 months to live.
I don't believe it. I can't believe that you would get gastric cancer at such a young age. I know the most authoritative cancer specialist. I've already contacted him. Once he's done with his current tasks, he'll operate on you immediately. Trust me, I will definitely cure you.
Ethan, I have gastric cancer and the late-stage cancer. It has already spread. Even if you get the best experts, what's the use of that? How high can the cure rate be? 50%? 20%? Or just a few percent? It's destined to be disappointing. Then why still give myself hope?
Give yourself a chance, okay? Trust me, I will definitely cure you. Think about Andy. He's only 4 years old. Can you bear to see him live without a mother?
If I were to meet my end, help me take him to Jason. If it's inconvenient for them to look after Andy, please take care of him.
I don't want to make such a promise with you. I can't do it. The pressing task is to go for an examination. Trust me, I will definitely cure you. As for the baby in your womb, it's best to terminate it. Given your current health condition, you cannot bear to give birth to it.
But he is only 2 months old. If I give birth to him, will it be unfair to him?
If you want children in the future, there will still be a chance.
What chance? Tell me about it.
Nate, what are you here for?
30 minutes ago, I just acquired Alice's Cafe. What do you think I'm here for?
Harriet, what are you doing here with Ethan? It seems you're having a great time chatting.
Come on. While everyone is here, tell me, what kind of chance do you want?
You're following me?
I want you to answer my question. What chance?
Does it have anything to do with you? You don't even care about my life. What does this have to do with you?
Harriet, let's go.
What are you doing, Nate?
Nate.
Darn it. Does Nate still have feelings for Harriet? Why, even after all this, does Nate still care so much about her?
You are a beast. You're way worse than a beast. Look what you've tortured her into. I'm telling you, even if it takes all I have, I will take her away from you, you demon.
If you have the ability, be my guest and take her.
Nate, let go. Leave Ethan alone.
Harriet. In front of me, you're defending another man?
Yes, in front of you. I defend Ethan. So what? You were the one who started it. Ethan, are you all right?
I'm fine. Back then, I should never have gone abroad to study, allowing this jerk to ruin you, and even got you locked up in prison for 4 years. Don't worry, I will definitely take you out of this misery.
Let's go, Ethan. I'll take you to the medical center.
Let me go. Harriet?
Nate. It drove me crazy. I even wanted to let Nate come and see Harriet's indecent behavior and her meeting with Ethan secretly. How frustrating. What does Nate really mean? Hey, Victor, do me a favor. You don't need to exert yourself. Just follow my instructions.
What happened, Miss Elena?
Be prepared. Once it's settled, I'll give you $1 million.
Nate, let's get a divorce.
What right do you have to propose a divorce to me?
Do you really hate me that much?
You orchestrated a car accident that left my mother perish. You cheated during marriage and climbed into Victor's bed. And you conspired with Victor to put me in a perilous situation. Harriet, the above 3 crimes, each one is unforgivable.
I don't want to explain anymore. I'm tired. Anyway, whatever I say, you won't believe.
What's the matter? I'll be right there.
Ms. Nelson, I just passed by the garden. It seems Wayne is looking for you.
Is Wayne looking for me? Then he must want to talk to me about the house subsidy. All right, I'll go check it out.
Okay.
Wayne isn't in the garden. Awan, who was tending to the flower beds in the garden, said he didn't see Wayne.
Is that so? Maybe I heard it wrong. Is this milk for Harriet? Hurry and deliver it. Don't let it cool down and affect the taste.
All right, then I'm going. Mrs. Gray, I've made you a cup of milk. I don't want to drink it. Mrs. Gray, the baby is just 2 months old. This is the time when he needs nutrition. You can't be careless. Thank you. Mrs. Gray, please rest early.
Ms. Nelson, how is it? Did Harriet drink the milk?
Mrs. Gray has drunk it. Miss Elena, I still have things to do. I'll go and get busy.
Go ahead. Hurry over here.
What do you want me to do? Why did you call me to Nate's villa? This isn't good, is it?
Cut the crap. Come with me.
Wait a minute. Let's settle this first, all right? After it's done, you must give me $1 million.
When have I ever deceived you? Back then, framing Harriet, you did a good job. Didn't I give you all the remaining $500,000 I had? Don't you trust me yet?
Your methods, I really find them hard to trust. But for the sake of money, taking the risk isn't out of the question. You're not planning to play the old trick, are you?
You don't seem too foolish to me. If you perform well this time, I'll give you $2 million.
Deal. Such delicate skin. It's a real pity I didn't take advantage of you back then. Today, I'm in a good mood. So why not? Anyway, if anything goes wrong, Elena will cover for me. Mr. Gray, I was wrong. Mr. Gray, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Victor, are you tired of living?
Mr. Gray, I was wrong. I can't resist the temptation of Harriet. She seduced me. I'm damned.
Victor, how come it's you?
Harriet, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Harriet. I really shouldn't have succumbed to your temptation and come back to get close to you.
What are you talking about? I don't know anything.
Victor.
Elena, why are you here? This is Harriet's bedroom. Elena, can you plead with Mr. Gray for me? I just can't resist Harriet's temptation. She spoke a few sweet words to me. Then
You've brought your affair into my house? What? I didn't cripple you 4 years ago. So you didn't learn your lesson. Today you want to experience what it's like to have your limbs broken.
Nate, is there any misunderstanding? Otherwise, in broad daylight, how could he possibly come to the villa? Harriet, why did you invite Victor over?
I didn't. I don't know anything.
Harriet, even if you're lying, can't you make up some convincing reasons? Are you that desperate? Can't go a day without a man? Don't forget, you're pregnant. I have underestimated you.
I didn't do anything. Please believe me, Nate.
Nate, is there some misunderstanding?
Shut up. Get out of here.
Okay, I'll leave. Nate, don't be angry. Get lost and stop bothering Nate.
Harriet, a person's patience has its limits. If you continue being indiscreet, whether it's Andy, or Ethan, or Jason, I won't let any of them off.
Can't you just trust me for once?
How do you want me to trust you? Believe in my own eyes. My eyes tell me you've brought a man into our home. Do you expect me to watch my wife sleep with another man?
I don't want to explain anymore. I'm tired.
What else do you want to explain? Every word that comes out of your mouth is a lie. You have been cheating behind my back from 4 years ago, and you still haven't changed a bit, bringing a strange man into our home to fool around? Are you that desperate for a man?
Yes. I am desperate for a man. Let's get a divorce. Nate, let's get a divorce. I'm tired.
Unless you're gone. In this lifetime, don't ever think about it. Seeing you in the half-gone state makes me sick.
Nate, how is Harriet doing? Is she all right?
She's doing very well. You don't need to worry about her.
I'm not at ease about her. I'd better go check on her. Harriet, are you okay?
Elena, was Victor arranged by you?
Harriet, what are you talking about? It's clear that you were the one being unfaithful. and got caught by Nate. How can you blame me for this?
I know it was you. Elena, the truth will come out sooner or later. I hope for that day. You will be able to stand here with your head held high.
Harriet, I'm telling you, Nate has already said, the child in your womb, whether it's his or not, he doesn't care.
But what about you? Do you care?
What do you think?
Elena, when Nate is not here, even pretense is spared.
Harriet, listen. If I were you, I would have left Nate by now. Why do you have to keep pestering Nate?
Pestering him? Do you really think it's me who's pestering him?
Let me tell you the truth. I don't care if Nate still has feelings for you. After you attempted to assassinate Nate's mother back then, it was I who gave my kidney to him. He promised to take care of me for the rest of our lives. Do you think there's a chance between you two?
It was you who gave him a kidney?
You look so grievous, yet seemingly unaware of anything. It really evokes sympathy. Harriet? Do you have a scar on your waist? Do you want to know how that scar came about? Before you were imprisoned back then, I arranged for you to have a kidney transplant. Don't you like Nate? Giving him a kidney isn't too much, is it?
What did you say?
Harriet, I'm blood type A. How could I possibly donate Nate a kidney? And for the car accident, I didn't use your blood at all. I just bribed the doctors at the medical center. Even if I've told you everything, it doesn't matter either. 4 years ago, that night when Nate was assassinated, I arranged for someone to get you operated on. Then you were in a coma for 7 days. When your wound has just healed, you climbed onto Victor's bed. How is it? Great plan, isn't it?
If I tell all of it to Nate, do you think he will still love you?
Is it important? Will he believe every word you say? You are simply not my opponent.
Right. I am not your opponent. I have lost. Our Sully family adopted you 10 years ago, never expecting to have taken in a scheming ingrate. I don't blame you. After all, I have experienced the best and worst of the world.
Harriet, Nate has said, the child in your womb, whether it's his or not, he will not accept it. And your Andy, his fate depends on my mood.
Elena, doing too many bad things may prevent you from the cycle of reincarnation. I advise you to do more good deeds and accumulate virtue.
I don't need your guidance on how to act. You should take care of yourself instead. Jason has already been locked up, and the verdict has been announced. But the family of the deceased are causing a particularly big fuss. He might be sentenced to over 10 years. To put it plainly, Nate did everything to take revenge for me. If I'm in a good mood, Nate might consider letting go. Forgot to tell you, the doctors in the medical center have given me a call saying Andy has fainted again. But what can you do? Nate has issued an order that no one is allowed to see him, including the doctors.
He wants to make the Sully family completely ruined.
Perhaps if you make your end, this whole affair would be over. Hello? Good job. Where are you? I'm coming over to find you now. So, you live in this kind of place?
What else? 4 years ago, I slept with Harriet. Can I still show my face in public?
You're quite tactful. What are you doing?
I want 1 billion.
Are you crazy? 1 billion? Where am I going to get you 1 billion?
Nate has half of the assets of the entire city. For him, money is just a string of numbers. With your methods, it shouldn't be difficult for you to get 1 billion from him, right? Elena, John is my man. We've cleared so many obstacles for you. 1 billion is not too much, is it?
Are you threatening me?
I wouldn't dare. You are my cash cow. Help me make some money. I want to go abroad. The entire Cloud City belongs to Nate. Continuing like this, sooner or later, there will be trouble. Today, I almost got beaten to demise by his men.
It's best that Victor left. At least this madman won't mess up my plans. Understood. I will figure out a way for the money. Give me some time. What are you doing?
Are you still preserving your chastity for Nate?
He never touched me. I have something else to do.
What's the rush? Let's have some fun.
Mr. Gray, this is the profile of Drew, the vice president of Jason's company. 2 months ago, he left to start his own business and joined Summit Gaming Trade Group. Shortly after his departure, Jason's paint trade group ran into trouble.
Thoroughly investigate this person and find evidence of his criminal activities.
Yes, Mr. Gray. Just how do you intend to deal with Jason?
If he hasn't been directly involved in the research and development and the production chain of the paint, find him a Gray Group's legal consultant to defend him.
Okay, Mr. Gray. I'll handle it right away.
Harriet, you look beautiful in the white dress. Harriet, I love you 1,000 times over. I really want to spend my life with you.
Me too. I love you too 1,000 times over. Nate, have you ever loved me?
Do you deserve my love?
Yes. I'm not worthy. I don't love you anymore. Your love is too much. I can't bear it. I hope that in my next and subsequent life, I, Harriet, will only encounter good people.
Where are you, Harriet? What are you up to? Behind my back again?
Nate, I'm too tired. I can't take it anymore. Please spare everyone around me. Accumulate virtue and do good deeds. Don't commit atrocities because of me anymore.
Harriet, what madness are you spouting? I don't care what you're doing. You stop right now, immediately.
Nate, it's too late. Nate, I hope you can find someone who adores you with all her being. I wish you happiness for the rest of your life.
Mr. Gray, what's wrong? Mr. Gray.
Ms. Seth, how is Andy doing?
Andy has been very disobedient lately. Dr. Luke, Ms. Sully, just made a phone call and said something very strange.
Something very strange? What did she say?
She said something like, "Take good care of Andy," and her tone sounded very painful. Dr. Luke.
Harriet.
What happened to Mrs. Gray?
Go find a doctor, right now.
Okay, I'll make a call right away.
Mr. Gray? Mrs. Gray can't take any more tossing.
What do you mean?
Mrs. Gray is...
You are a doctor, and we, Gray family, has hired you at a high salary as a family doctor? Aren't you known as Dr. Miracle of the medical world? What? You can't even speak clearly. It's just a wrist cut. Didn't you say there was no danger to her life? 2 hours have passed. Why hasn't she woken up yet?
Mr. Gray, hasn't Mrs. Gray told you?
Besides being pregnant, what else did she tell you? Between you and her, is there any secret? Who allowed you to take your own life? Your life belongs to me. Did you have my consent before taking your own life?
Get out.
I am asking you. Who allows you to take your own life without my consent?
Mr. Gray, Mrs. Gray is very weak now. She can't be stimulated any further.
I don't need you to tell me what to do. Get out.
Mr. Gray, she...
Get out. Don't make me say it a second time.
Dr. Hawk, Mr. Gray and Mrs. Gray wish to speak privately. You'd better leave.
Harriet. Do you really wish to perish?
I don't want to perish. I just want to leave you. If demise is the only way to leave you, I am willing to do it.
You bear heavy sins. Merely ending your life would be too lenient a punishment for you. Your life belongs to me. In this life, the next, and the one after that. All the lives to come. I will never let you go.
Do you still have control over my next life?
Without my orders, you must stay alive.
Nate, the biggest mistake I've made in this life is falling in love with you. The world is truly beautiful, but I don't like it anymore.
Shut up. Who is it?
Nate, it's me. I heard that Harriet had an accident, so I came to see her. Am I interrupting?
You better behave yourself. Otherwise, I have plenty of ways to make your life a living hell.
Mr. Gray?
Lock her up. Without my permission. If anyone dares let her out, they will not be spared lightly.
Okay, I understand.
Wait, Nate. Take your own life. That's a desperate idea you've come up with. So are you once again putting on an act for Nate, playing the victim?
I don't want to see you. Get out.
Nate has said your demise would not be pitied. Letting you live is merely to let you atone for your sins? Can't you really believe Nate still harbors affection for you? A woman living the way you do. You're truly pitiable. Nate, is Harriet all right now?
It's not fatal. Don't worry about her.
Nate, I've been wanting to learn to do some business. Can you lend me some money? I don't want to always rely on you. A woman should have her own business, but in the initial investment phase, I still need some capital.
How much do you need?
$1 billion. Is that too much? How about this?
I see. You contact Dave through my account and have the finance arrange the transfer. I have other matters. I'll go first.
Nate, thank you. You are so kind to me.
Zane, the design drawings you sent me, I saw them. Mr. Gray has a few questions about your designs. I'll be at the construction site soon. Wait for me. Miss Elena and Victor?
This is my new card. There's enough money for you. Take the money and leave. Nate is being paranoid now. If this matter is exposed, both of us are finished.
Okay. Don't forget, when I go abroad, send me $50,000 every month.
Understood. Take the money and leave. I've already bought your plane ticket.
Mr. Gray, I saw Miss Elena together with Victor. They seem to be making a deal?
Investigate Victor thoroughly.
Yes.
Mrs. Gray, what's wrong? I'm in so much pain. I will call Mr. Gray immediately. Miss Nelson, it hurts. Mrs. Gray.
Harriet, I'm sorry I'm late. I am taking you to the hospital now. Harriet, hold on. Harriet.
Mr. Gray, something's wrong. Mrs. Gray's passed away.
Dave, what did you say?
Mr. Gray, Mrs. Gray.
Hello, Grandma. Is Harriet with you?
Nate, the medical center just called me and said Harriet has passed away. What happened? My chest hurts so much now.
Isn't Harriet at home? I clearly put away all the sharp objects. How could she be gone? Grandma, you must be lying to me, right? Harriet hasn't passed away, right? Once I return, Harriet must be in the room waiting for me. She's always waiting for me. She is very well behaved. How could she be gone?
It was the dean who called me on the phone. He told me during the surgery Harriet didn't make it.
Mr. Gray. Mrs. Gray was in the late stages of gastric cancer. 3 minutes ago, she passed away.
What? Gastric cancer? How could it be? Are you deceiving me? Dave, you're deceiving me, aren't you?
Mr. Gray.
Where is Harriet? I'm asking you, where is Harriet?
Mr. Gray. Mrs. Sully, she...
I'm asking you, answer me.
She has passed away?
You must be lying to me, right? Where is Harriet? Take me to see her. Where is Harriet?
You've tortured her for 4 years. She's finally gone now. Mr. Gregg, are you satisfied now?
Impossible. Impossible. You must be lying to me, Ethan. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Take me to find her. Tell me where she is.
Who are you showing your deep feelings for? She's already gone. Late-stage gastric cancer? The chances of surgery success are slim to none. You bastard, you're responsible for her end. It was your own hands that brought about her demise. Why isn't it you? Why?
Impossible. You must be lying to me, what, right? Harriet is not gone, right?
And this. Let go of me. This is the dashcam footage from the car when your mother and Harriet had the accident. It was due to brake failure. Even when your mother passed away because of the illness, Harriet was still desperately trying to protect her. Harriet is a victim too. And there's Andy. This is the paternity test between you and Andy. And the one who donated a kidney to you 4 years ago was Harriet, not Elena. Nate, you're a beast.
Mr. Gray. The one who saved you back then was actually Mrs. Gray. It was Elena who planned this event. She first arranged for hitmen to assassinate you, then sedated Mrs. Gray to donate a kidney to save you. For the car accident back then, Mrs. Gray was also a victim. According to the investigation, Elena tampered with the car.
I was wrong. I was truly wrong.
What did you do wrong?
Actually, Mr. Gray, I actually didn't touch Miss Sully, really.
Speak. Where did you do wrong?
Mr. Gray, I really didn't touch Ms. Sully. Trust me.
Confess everything in detail. Or, for every wrong word you say, I'll beat you up once.
It's Elena. 4 years ago, she put drugs in the milk Ms. Sully was supposed to drink, and then told me to take advantage of her. I didn't even do anything, and then you came in. I didn't do anything. It's all Elena's idea. It has nothing to do with me. I did take her money. I had no choice.
Okay. Fine. No one in the entire Cloud City dares to deceive me. You and Elena are quite something.
Mr. Gray, Well, this really has nothing to do with me. It's all because of Elena. She's a venomous woman. She even made my subordinate, Aaron, to drive the car, to hit Andy. I take her money to help her with things. I don't have a choice, do I?
Was the conversation recorded?
Yes, Mr. Gray.
Take him out, beat him up, then hand him over to the lawyer.
Mr. Gray? Mr. Gray? Don't.
Mr. Gray, what's wrong? Mr. Gray.
4 years ago, did you ally with Victor to sabotage the brakes and cause the car accident? Didn't you?
Nate, what are you talking about? How could I possibly do such a thing?
You still dare to quibble? You hired a hitman to stab me, had Harriet donate her kidney to me, framed Harriet, and had an affair with Victor. Elena, you're really something. What a good move you played. I've been deceived by you for 4 years. For 4 whole years. Good. Very good.
What are you talking about? Nate, I really didn't do these things.
When you and Victor did such things in bed, you also took photos?
No. These photos are fake. They are fake.
Fake? Dave, play the recording for her.
I didn't. Nate, I didn't do such a thing.
Was it you who orchestrated things on Harriet and Jason, right? You conspired with Mr. Drew to frame Jason. Quite well orchestrated. You despicable woman. You've deceived me for so many years. You are the one who truly deserves to go to hell. Why isn't it you who's gone? You caused my mother's passing and framed Harriet. Repeatedly, you put Harriet in mortal danger and stirred up trouble, sowing discord and driving a wedge between us. Elena, I won't let you slip away easily. You must stay alive. Dave, send her to the asylum.
What are you going to do?
What am I doing? Of course it's to leave you, neither able to live, nor let you rest in peace. With Harriet's demise, you won't have it easy either. Dave, take her away. 24 hours surveillance, round the clock. If she refuses to eat, inject her with nutrients. If she wants to end her life, save her every single time.
Nate, you can't do this to me. You promised me you would take care of me for a lifetime. You can't do this to me.
From beginning to end, the one I need to care for has always been Harriet. What does it have to do with you?
You liar. Harriet is gone. It's all your fault. You are the one who is responsible for Harriet's demise. Nate, you beast. You beast. It wasn't me who caused her demise. She was gone because of you.
Harriet, I was wrong. I was outrageously wrong. Can you forgive me? If possible, I wish it were me who had passed away.
Mom, look, this is what I drew for you.
My Andy is really smart.
This is Mom, this is Andy, and this is Sissy.
Mom is wearing a superhero costume.
Mom is a superhero, so Mom is dressed in a superhero's costume.
Then who is this person?
This is the villain, Dad. Andy doesn't like villains.
Andy, if you don't like, don't think about it. For us, the most important thing is to be happy, right? All the past is past. We should look forward. Okay?
Andy loves Mom the most. And the Mom loves Andy the most. Mom has given birth to Sissy for Andy. So, Mom is not the one who loves Andy the most.
Then, does Andy like Sissy?
Yes, I do. What does Mom like? Andy likes whatever Mom likes.
Andy is really sensible.
Harriet. Andy, is this your drawing? How can you be so careless? What's the painting of? It's so beautiful.
Andy also likes Ethan. I like you very much.
Wow, what sweet talk.
Andy, go see if Sissy has woken up, okay?
Okay.
How's the recovery?
The surgery was very successful. Not bad.
You just won't listen to my advice and insist on giving birth to Sissy. Fortunately, the doctor said that your strong will and survival instinct are what kept you alive. You are simply a medical miracle.
Having walked through the gate of hell makes it so good to be alive. Ethan, thank you.
I'll do anything for you. I'll wholeheartedly and without regret.
Right? I have a teacher who wants to invite me to go to a charity banquet. I would like to give it a try.
I have heard Mr. Jean refers to you as a genius-type jewelry expert before. After all these years, you have vanished without a trace.
The feeling of living through a disaster is really quite nice. Right, Ethan. This banquet is likely to be held tomorrow evening. I will go back tonight.
If you remain to be so polite to me, I might get angry.
Then will you accompany me there?
Of course.
Mr. Gray, as you instructed, tonight's charity banquet, all proceeds from the jewelry auction will be used to help people from impoverished mountainous areas.
Mr. Gray, long time no see.
Hello, Mr. Gray. I am Chairman Leo from Harmony Business Alliance. In the future, please give us your guidance, Mr. Gray.
Mr. Gray, there is a dance later. I wonder if I could invite you to be my dance partner.
I'm not interested.
Harriet?
Mr. Zephyr, why are you here?
I can't believe it's been so long. Long time no see.
Yes, long time no see, Mr. Zephyr.
It was at the fashion week where we last met. Let's go and talk in the lounge.
Okay.
Isn't that Zephyr, the top international designer? But the woman next to him looks so familiar.
Who is she?
Let go of me.
Mr. Gray, what are you?
Excuse us?
Let go of me. Let go.
Harriet, I've missed you so much. I miss you so much.
Let go of me.
Hit me. If hitting me can make you feel better. You can hit me however you want. Harriet, hit me.
Nate, the slap has nothing to do with the past. You were being unreasonable just now. Please conduct yourself with dignity.
Harriet, please don't leave me. Is that okay? Living without you. I feel worse than demise. What I did to you in the past, everything, all the words I said, to me, are like a nightmare, crushing me every day. Harriet, I'm the one who lost you. Come back to me. Let's start over, okay?
Start over? Will you still imprison me like a sinner? Keep me beside you daily? Make me live like a madman? Make me suffer your oppression over and over again and exist in torment and agony? And leave me with the devastation and torment from you and Elena?
Elena has already been sent by me to the mental hospital. She will never hurt you again. Harriet, it was I who lost you before.
I don't believe every word you say. Nate, does this sound familiar? It is what you used to say to me. I have begged you earnestly, over and again. What did you say I was? You said I was a sinner. You said I was a venomous woman. You have said to me every word I said. You wouldn't believe.
Harriet, don't go.
I don't hate Elena. I hate myself. I hate myself for having fallen for someone like you.
Harriet, give me another chance, okay? Let's start over. Let's be good to each other, like we were before.
Nate, I don't want to have any further involvement with you. Don't you understand? Can't you understand my words? I barely escaped with my life, having narrowly avoided demise. I wanted to escape from your clutches. Do you think we can still go back to the way it was?
I'm sorry.
Mom, why are you hiding outside? Ethan took me to look for you everywhere.
It's cold outside. Let's go in. Come on, let's go. This way.
Mr. Gray, I have found Mrs. Gray's whereabouts.
I just saw her.
She is right at...
Dave, it was all my fault. I owe her too much. Harriet will not forgive me. That's also to be expected.
Mr. Gray, be careful. Recently, you've been working day and night, even to the point of getting a gastric perforation. Now, Dr. Hawk has advised you to take good care of your stomach.
It's nothing. Harriet was once in the late stage of gastric cancer. How much pain must she be in? My pain is not even a tenth of hers. Dave, I am the one who deserves to be gone. I am the one who bears the heavy sins.
Mr. Gray, I have found that Mrs. Gray bore you a daughter. This shows she still has feelings for you.
What? She's in the late stage of gastric cancer, and she gave birth to a daughter for me? Harriet.
Don't worry. Mrs. Gray has almost recovered. You are now pursuing your wife. Take it slowly. It'll be all right. Can't rush things. Take it slowly. It'll be all right.
That's right. Take it slowly. I can't rush it.
Just now at the banquet, did Nate cause trouble for you again?
It's nothing, Ethan. You don't need to worry. I am no longer the same Harriet as before. He wouldn't dare to do anything to me.
If there's any problem, feel free to tell me. You know it. For you, I'll do everything willingly and without regret.
Thank you, Ethan. Then I'll go up first. He has fallen asleep.
I'll walk you up.
No, I can go up by myself. You should go back.
Andy, Dad has come to see you.
I don't have a dad. Andy's dad has gone to heaven.
Andy, let us in first, okay? It was Dad's fault. This time, Dad is sincerely apologizing to you. Look, Dad has brought you so many gifts. Take a look if you like them.
Andy doesn't like bad guys. Mom doesn't like you either. Go away.
Andy, let us in first, okay? Look, Mr. Lin has brought so many things. My hands are sore from carrying them. Let us in first. Just for 1 minute, okay?
No. Mom said not to let the bad guys in. If you don't leave, Andy will call the police.
Mr. Gray, what should we do?
Andy, let us in first. Leave the gifts here. We'll just stay 1 minute. After putting them down, we'll leave, okay?
I don't believe your words.
Mr. Gray, I can't hold these anymore. I'm tried.
Look. He brought so many toys. Look if you like them.
No, I don't like them.
There are your favorite Transformers. Don't you want the Transformers?
All right. You can only come in for 1 minute. You should leave now.
I won't leave, Andy.
Nate, what are you here for? Go out.
Harriet, this is your favorite carnations. Early morning, the florist said, the flowers attracted dozens of butterflies. Whoever receives these fresh flowers will surely be very lucky.
Do you think I am that lucky person? Go out. I don't want to say it a second time.
Harriet,
In front of Andy, I don't want to waste words with you. I'm now doing well with Andy. I have now already restarted my own business. You're still that high and mighty, powerful and influential young master of the Gray family. Isn't that just wonderful? Let's just live our own lives. Is it difficult for you?
Yes? Not disturbing you is indeed difficult for me. Harriet, the past few months, for me, it's really been torturous.
You've only been a few months, and yet you're going crazy. It's been 4 years for me. Nate, do you still remember every single word you said to me? It was like a needle stabbing in my heart. Now, when I think back, it still hurts intermittently. Do you think I can still act as if nothing happened and start over with you?
I'm sorry. I have let you down.
Forget it. We are fated but not destined for each other. Take your things and leave.
Harriet, can I even see my daughter?
No need. Having a father who's like a scoundrel is her misfortune.
Mr. Gray, shall we leave? We can't rush it.
These are the gifts I brought for Andy and our daughter, Harriet. I'll be leaving now.
Andy, I am sorry.
It's okay now. Dad is a bad guy. Mom doesn't like him. Andy doesn't like him with her.
Andy, you are so good.
Andy doesn't want Dad at all. Andy only likes Mom.
Mr. Gray, don't lose heart. It will take quite some time to win Mrs. Gray over. I believe that Mrs. Gray will sooner or later be moved by you.
Dave, if I fight her for custody, will she come back to me?
I'm afraid it might backfire.
No. I can only start with the children.
Mrs. Gray will hate you.
Although she might hate me now, she can't do anything about my grandma, since now she rejects me. I can't take action. It seems I can only turn to my grandma.
Old Mrs. Gary, Mr. Gray, I think it'll work.
Harriet, wait for me.
What? Harriet has come back? Is it true?
Grandma, Harriet has also given birth to a daughter for me.
I have a new great-granddaughter? That's wonderful, truly wonderful. I want to meet my great-grandchildren. Harriet must have suffered. Wayne, take out the newly bought jewelry from the safe for me. I want to go see Harriet and hug my great-grandchildren.
Grandma, please sit. Grandma, how can you meet so casually? Arrange it. Let them come over for a visit.
That's right. You're really thoughtful.
Grandma, I have something to tell you.
What is it?
She wants to divorce me, and she doesn't really want to see me.
Divorce? What's going on? Did you bully Harriet? Did you do this?
Grandma, this time I was confused, but I truly am aware of my wrongdoing. I know I was wrong.
If it wasn't for Harriet's sake, and for Andy's sake, I wouldn't bother with you. Forget it. I'll help you this time.
Hello, Grandma.
Harriet, Grandma recently has been unwell. Knowing you've returned to Cloud City, Grandma wanted to visit you. But my health is not up to it. The more I miss you, the heavier my chest feels stuffy. Dr. Hawk said that my illness can't be cured. Could you take my great-grandchildren to see me?
Grandma,
Is it because I have made things difficult for you?
Not at all. Then, in the next 2 days, I will take Andy to visit you. Andy, would you like to go with Mom to see your great-grandma?
Sure, Andy likes great-grandma.
Grandma...
Come in. You've been wronged.
Don't mention it.
I miss you so much.
Grandma, Sissy has caught a cold. If you want to see her, I will bring her to see you in a couple of days.
Okay. I miss you so much.
Andy, do you miss me?
Do you miss great-grandma?
I miss you so much.
My darling.
Grandma, the meal is ready. Let's go eat first. Harriet, I made your favorite lotus root and yam pork rib soup. Have a try. See if it suits your taste.
This brat hasn't cooked for years. Let's see whether his cooking skills have gotten worse or not. Go, let's try. Let's go. Wait. Go, go, go. Knowing you were coming, he specially prepared this meal. Harriet, have a try.
Grandma, perhaps I'll skip eating. How has your health been lately?
My heart aches now and then, but when I see you and Andy, my heart doesn't hurt anymore. You have a meal. Andy, come on. I will take you to the collection room to pick out a gift, okay? Let's go.
Harriet.
Do you think using Grandma to manipulate me will make me go soft? You can save that. Nate, you are truly despicable.
Harriet, try the soup I made. If you like it, I'll make it for you every day, okay?
These words, if you might have said in the past, I might have been moved. But now, Nate, it's completely over between us. From the day I attempted to take my own life, it's completely over between us.
Harriet, it hasn't ended. I know I was wrong. It was all my fault. I was being too absurd. I was being unreasonable.
Nate, I don't love you anymore. Saying I don't love you means I don't love you anymore. Why can't you understand me?
Harriet, I love you 1,000 times over.
I'm sorry. Your love has shattered me into pieces. Grandma, it's getting late. I should take him home now.
Going home already? Andy is playing with toys in the bedroom. You go ahead.
All right then. Then next time, I'll bring him to see you again. Andy? Andy?
Grandma, where's Harriet?
In the bedroom.
What are you here for?
Harriet, give me one more chance, okay? Let me make it up to you.
No need. Leave the chance for someone else. By the way, the divorce agreement, you haven't signed it yet, have you? You should find some time to sign the agreement. Nate, was it arranged by you?
If I say it was me, would you blame me?
Nate, how many times have I told you? Is it a problem with my expression, or is it a problem with your understanding? I don't love you anymore.
Harriet, I know I was wrong. Please don't leave me, okay?
Whenever I see you now, I just find you disgusting. Let me go.
Fine, I'll let you go. Don't be angry.
What are you doing?
Grandma won't open the door for me. I can only open the door through the window. Harriet, let Andy stay a few more days, okay? I promise. After 2 days, I will hand him over to you.
Okay. Keep your words.
Isn't this the necklace I gave her?
Isn't this Jason's sister, Nate's wife? Nate, you've caused me to lose my family. Today, I'll put an end to your wife, and then we'll be even.
Watch out.
Nate, are you all right?
How dare you?
Nate!
Oh, hello, is this the police station? We have an emergency here. Come quickly.
Nate! You can't perish, Nate. Don't
Stay
scare
put.
me. Nate. Ethan, please save him. Ethan? How is he?
It's nothing serious. He won't perish. Harriet, do you still have feelings for him? I see. I still have things to do. I'll go back to the medical center first. No. Feel free to contact me at any time.
Okay. You are really a fool.
Harriet,
Don't talk.
about Jason, it really wasn't me who suppressed him. I also didn't ask the doctor not to treat Andy. Those were all my angry words. I also despise myself.
You are really a fool.
Harriet. Forgive me, okay? I know I was wrong.
Are you using a self-harming scheme?
Can I use it? I'm afraid you'd be upset.
You better rest well.
Can you give me another chance? Let's start over, okay?
What are you doing? Lie down.
I'm afraid you'll leave. I'm afraid you'll vanish. I'm afraid you'll get lost.
I won't leave. Rest well.
Have you forgiven me? Are you willing to give me a chance?
Then it depends on your performance.
Why are you pushing me? You carry on.
Mom, have you forgiven the bad guy?
Andy, it was Dad who was wrong.
If Mom forgives you, Andy will forgive you, Dad.
Dad feels very happy now.